Welcome to Midcard Maniacs. I'm Jay, and instead of focusing on what I probably should be focusing on today, which is all the WWE releases, I've decided to do a reaction to the AEW Games 2-Point Show Episode 3, where they just talk about their games division and the progress from the casino game to the GM AEW Elite Manager, which is like a GM mode mobile game, and then also some of the progress on the console game, or at least I hope we hear about all of these. I think this one probably focuses on the Elite Manager because Casino's already out, and the Manager is probably what they're putting a lot more focus on, and have more stuff to show us because that's actually coming out this year, I think. So let's just jump into it. Yeah. Alright, we've got the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, joined by the Bunny, Allie. Like, she's great. If you haven't watched her streams, I highly recommend them. She's just hilarious. I swear, they're just gonna, like, talk because they're like, we have nothing to talk about. We have no game footage to show you, so we'll just talk some shit.
Did you play games when you were a child?
I sure did.
What'd you play?
Yes, I did. Well, I obviously loved Nintendo 64. Perfect Dark.
Ooh, Perfect Dark. Big fan. I was the asshole who would use that sniper that shot through the walls. That's the most like overpowered gun in any video game.
Like when I go back to when I was playing hockey, you know, all those guys that I played with, they didn't really like games, but they liked GoldenEye and they liked WCW versus NWO.
Of course.
WCW versus NWO is still one of the best wrestling games ever. I absolutely love it. And the fact that that's kind of a reference for AEW's console game, I am pumped. Yuke's behind it. I'm very excited for the console game. John and I have discussed doing some old school N64 game coverage or like just gameplay on the channel. If you guys are interested, definitely let me know because I think it's going to be a blast.
But,
sure.
But the casino game,
it's just so good.
I love it. Characters, dealers, prizes, interactions. Casino game is getting updated.
Okay,
we'll be getting
we're finally getting an update
all the time
for the casino game. We'll talk about this afterwards. 4 minutes and 20 seconds in, and there's been zero information aside from there's going to be an update to the casino app. All right, Aubrey,
hey
she comes with the
Aubrey
goods.
Edwards,
No
here
dicking
today
around.
With an update for Elite General Manager. We're using the Unreal Engine to build this game, and that allows us to have fully 3D environments with dynamic camera shots, awesome pyro, and really cool special effects.
I do like it. It's like cell shaded.
Episode of Dynamite, because that's ultimately what you're doing. You're the booker, and you're booking.
See,
an
we've
episode of Dynamite.
seen this kind of footage already, but
so I get the question a lot.
seeing it kind of go around the environment's really nice.
2D? And the answer is purely production. We're going to have every single wrestler that is signed to the AEW roster available in this game. And it's a lot of art, so trust me, 2D was the decision.
Every single wrestler on their roster is going to be in the game, so to do a model for this would be really tough for every single person.
Every wrestler in EGM needs a finishing maneuver, and you're going to get it. Whether it's Cody's famous Crossroads or Dr. Britt Baker's brutal lockjaw, every single iconic finishing
Okay, this is kind of cool. Well, they're not going to do the animations specifically, they have all the other stuff.
This has sort of become like a weird, like, encyclopedia of badassery in a way. Totally unexpected, pretty dope. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering,
why is she so damn cool? Honestly, I love Aubrey.
I will tell you today that by the end of this year, worldwide, you'll be able to play EGM on iPhone and Android. You should probably tune into 2-Point Show next month because I might have a pretty big announcement to make.
All right, maybe we'll actually get a solid release date next month. So what else are we gonna talk about here? Is it just gonna be Omega and Allie talking for the next 4 minutes? Give us the console game.
What can I tell you? I've arrived empty-handed again.
Kenny has no information about anything. Fuck. I just want them to give us game information. Can I just say, I want to play that Deadpool pinball game. That's what I'm paying attention to. And Ninja Turtles? Come on. I can tell you, Kenny Omega does not sell a video game very well. He looks like he's bored as shit.
Goodbye, folks.
And it's just like, I don't even know if this is coming out. So let's talk about this. So first up, the casino game, right, is just terrible as it is. What we did here is that there will be AEW stuff coming to the game. As it is now, I played it for about a week or two because it is a good casino game, but there's nothing to do with AEW in it. There is like a screen, like it's Brandy and Sting, I think, and there's AEW on some of the table games, or on all the table games like Blackjack and stuff. But that's it. There's no AEW anything in the entire game. Even though you can create your character, you can put glasses and buy all these like different little things for your on-screen avatar, there's nothing to do with wrestling in the game whatsoever, which is contradictory to what they did post on their website. They said that there's going to be branded games. Just an AEW logo counts as branded, I guess. But they didn't have any, like, there's no slots with anything to do with AEW. So the fact that they are even mentioning that there's going to be that kind of stuff coming to the game is very cool, because the foundation of the casino game is great. It is just like a carbon copy of whatever the developer made before. But if they were to properly inject AEW characters and give it, you know, a complete like overhaul as far as the whole look, I think people would be on board with it. And with the GM mode, we now have new information about how it's actually playing out. I do like the transparency of why they're using 2D models, because I'm not a huge fan of the art. I think it'll grow on me. I like the cell shading of the 3D stuff in the background, and the fact that we are getting different camera angles, but the 2D characters, I was like, I didn't know if this was placeholder, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. That's not the purpose of the game. The purpose of the game is for management and not necessarily watching the matches play out, as they're just gonna go really fast, you know, hit a few moves. We'll see these cool finishers, which it seems to be pretty unique, like a different animation for like the coffin drop, for example. That's pretty cool. And to do that for 100 characters, I can understand why they would have to take some liberties and say like, hey, we can't do 3D everything. And the console game, I really wish we had something more. I'm really nervous about it, to be honest, because the only thing we saw was that initial teaser, and that was it. I understand not wanting to show more if there isn't much more to show. Like if they're just constantly working on character models, it would be nice to get a little behind the scenes for the mocap, or just like an environment shot, or any kind of art. It doesn't have to be a video, but like even talk about some of the modes, some of the customization. We know nothing about this game basically right now, aside from they know that they want to focus on some customization. They know that that is a really important aspect to wrestling games, which I totally agree. I just want to see a little bit more, even if it's just like sample art of what different things will look like. All in all, this was a bloated ass video that basically had next to no information aside from an update is coming for the One Casino app. We have finishers coming to the Elite Manager, and nothing for the console. It's probably safe to assume that the console game isn't coming out this year, which I didn't think it would be, and who knows what it's gonna look like, maybe closer to the end of next year. That seems a little bit more realistic if they're working as hard as Kenny says. I'm hoping by next holiday. Anyway, I know it was weird to react to this, but I forgot to make a video this week, to be honest. And I don't really want to talk about all of the WWE releases without John here. There's some fantasy booking ideas that we have that we want to go over, and I didn't watch this video yet, so why not? Two birds with one stone. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay. Like this video, comment below with your most requested features for the AEW console game. That's what I'm curious about. I'd like to make a video on that, because there are certain things that we're really going to want to see in the very first AEW game. So let me know your suggestions in the comments, and maybe we'll work them into a video at some point. And if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything Midcard Maniacs.